Page 27 of the review. I don't know if you guys noticed, I had a typo right here. So I had 10 centimeters and then 5 meters right here. Why can't this be 5 meters? Why can't my radius be 5 meters? Yeah, Catherine? Right. So remember my hypotenuse has to be the longest side. So it can't be longer than the 10. What is 500 sorry, what is 5 meters in centimeters? 5, yeah? How much? 100, right? 500. So this does not look like a 500 centimeters diagram. Okay, my drawing is not too good, but it's not that bad. Okay, so that's why, yeah, this was a typo. It was 5 centimeters. So, okay, so this one, be very careful because you know that the formula for the cone is pi r squared h. But again, you don't have h, you have the s, which is the slanted height. So why this question was tricky is because you couldn't just plug in the numbers into the formula. Plugging in the numbers in the formula was grade 7 work. Okay, so you had to do Pythagorean theorem. Okay, since you're looking for the actual height, yesterday we talked about this in class. When you're looking for height, you're doing the subtraction. So 10 squared take away 5 squared, you get root 75. So the height is actually 8.6. Now sub it in, and then you get your volume. Volume unit is centimeter cube. Okay. How many of you got tricked? Yeah, okay, so be very careful. The 10 is your slanted height. You want that actual height. Sarah? Is it cone? I thought it's over 3. Oh, yes. See? Another mistake. Another common mistake. Alright, I give you the formula sheet, but when you copy the formula wrong, like me, that's a big problem. Okay, so a cone is the pi r squared h divided by 3. So yes, I have to divide it by 3 here. The volume of this cone is actually 225. About not 220 something. 675 divided by 3. Yeah, 225 centimeter cube. Okay, thank you, Sarah. I'm surprised you're the only one that caught that. Because I did this question yesterday, and then I looked. They did it too. Oh no, I just wrong. I thought mine was wrong. I thought it's done. Right. Yeah. I rounded incorrectly. Uh-oh. Where? 8.6. Did I? 8.66. Oh, dun dun dun. I must have did it without a calculator. Square root 75. Yeah, you're right. It should have been 8 point. Well, technically, I should have not round at all. So I should have did 8.66 here, and then round only at the end. Yeah, because it does make a difference in the, like if you round too early, let's say I rounded to 9, I'm gonna get a rounding error in my final answer. So the norm that we always teach you in grade 9, 10, 11, and 12 is don't round in the middle of your calculation, only round in the final answer if they tell you to do so. Okay. On the test, it will say round all decimal to 1 decimal place. Okay, so all final answer to 1 decimal place. Martin? Like for the test, when it's like never ending, still round. At least a few decimals. So, for example, here, don't round it to 9. So if you did 8.66, it will be good enough. Okay, so number 8 here, I have a composite 3D figure. So you can see the roof is a pyramid, and the base, the bottom, is a prism. I want to point out one thing here. What do you call the roof? What shape do you call the roof? Square base pyramid. Martin? Rectangular base pyramid because it's 8 and 6. If you look at the formula sheet right here for my pyramid, what shape did it give you? Square base. Okay, but how does it differ is actually not a lot. Okay, so square base for your base is just base times base, which is b squared. This is where the b squared comes in. So if it was a rectangle base, then it will just be length times width instead of base times base. Same thing right here. So instead of base times height, it will be length times width times height. Okay, so that's the I wanted to point out this because this is square base, but if it's rectangle base, it's just length times width for your base. Okay, so that's why here I have this length times width times height divided by 3. So looking at the dimensions of the roof, it's just the 8 by 6 by the 0.8 divided by 3. And then the base added together, you get your total volume. Okay. No, no, you'll have to recognize it. If you get the shape wrong, but all the formula, if it was a cylinder, I messed that up, and you did everything, the formula was right. Like, how did you get? But you got the form. But you so it's like. Get part marks because at least you understand. But like let's say the whole question I did circles and triangles. My formula is still right, but there's no circle or triangles in it, right? Applying the right formula. Yeah, so make sure you do look carefully. Don't rush writing the formula down. Again, I give you the formula, but you need to make sure you know which one to use. Okay, this cylinder right here, again, reading the instruction carefully, you're looking for both the volume and surface area. So in this case, I'm just simply plugging in the numbers into each, and I get my unit. Volume, 3D shape, meters cube. Surface area, 2D, so it's meter square. Don't forget the units. Okay. On the test, you can just use 3.14 or pi. I don't mind. I'll take both answers. Okay. So this question is just simple plugging in numbers. Okay. If you see questions like this on the test, it should be like easy marks. You want questions like this. Okay. But obviously, these questions it was from grade 7. Okay. These just finding volume and surface area questions. It was from grade 7. In grade 9, it's gonna be, for example, composite figure, putting it together, or like this one where you're given slanted and you have to find height. So the little bit added on. Okay, just give a second for you to copy. Okay, moving on. Number 10 right here. Is this a 2D shape or 3D shape? This field right here. Is this 2D or 3D? Grace. 2D, right? So when you look at your formula sheet right here, that's why you should be looking at this side, not this side with the 3D figures. So this side, I'm looking at perimeter and area then. Okay. So the first one, calculate the length of the field. So I see a semicircle and a semicircle. So together, that's a circle. So circumference of a circle, pi d or 2 pi r, doesn't matter which formula you use. Since I'm given the diameter, I'm going to use pi d. Okay, multiply it. So that is the 2 semicircles right here. Okay, for the perimeter. Okay, so again, perimeter is just the outside. Okay, so this is the track. I just need to add the top and the bottom, 49, 49. I don't add the middle dotted lines. So my whole perimeter is 196. Okay. If if Amanda can run 625 meters, then you can divide that. That means she can do about 3 laps. Okay. And then lastly, I want to cover the field with grass. So which means I'm doing the inside. So it's area. So area of the circle, pi r squared. Since I'm given the diameter, radius is half of it. So I have that. And then the rectangle is just length times width. I have that. Added together, I have the area total. Okay. Number 11. So I have sugar cubes. Okay, so cube. So that means I am looking at the cube shape and I am given the volume. So on my formula sheet, I want to use the volume of a cube formula, which is S cube. Okay. This right here, the whole volume, the total volume is 168 and it holds 21. So when I divide it, that means each square cube is 8 milliliter. It tells you the conversion right here. 1 milliliter is actually 1 centimeter cube, so 1 to 1. So that means 1 sugar cube is 8 centimeter cube. Put the 8 in. Opposite of square is square root, so opposite of cube is cube root, right? So on your calculator, you actually have that cube root button. And cube root button is right. It's actually this one right here. You see the x and the square root. So how to access this is you write the 3 and then second shift that. So this will mean it's cube root of 8 and you get 2. So if I want the, like, I don't know, 10th root, I would put 10 and then second that and then, I don't know, 60,000 something, 100,000 and you get that. Okay, so that's how you use this nth root button. Okay, so I just wanted to go over that. Some of your calculator will already have that cube root button because we use it more often. So square root, cube root, check your calculator, you might already have that button. Okay, so a pill. So now looking at this, oh, is it the same question? I see the same diagram right here and here. Is that the same question then? Okay. So Grace again. Is a pill a 2D shape or 3D shape? A pill, a medicine pill. 3D, right? So this was a 2D. This is a 3D shape. Okay, so use your imagination. Alright, it's a 3D pill. Okay, and the pill, the cap is 0.5 what is it? Centimeters in radius, and the whole pill itself is 2 centimeters. Okay, so oh yes, spheres will not be on the test because they took it out of the curriculum and they put it in grade 8. So if you did that in grade 8, yay. If not, it's just actually one extra formula. So this is the formula for a sphere. Do you need to know it? No. Yeah, it's not in the curriculum anymore. R3 or R2? No. For and I don't know why they took it out. They took it out for the sake of taking it out because it's actually not that hard. It's 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So they just decided, the piece of paper can't fit so many formulas. We'll take out spheres. So they took it out. So when you plug in the number, you'll get this. If you cut off so imagine your pill and you cut off the sphere, the 2 spheres. What are you left with in the middle? A what? Oh, but it's a 3D shape, remember? So cylinder. That's right. Okay, if it's a rectangular prism pill, it's pretty hard to swallow. I think it will. Chewable rectangular prism pill. Okay, so you guys are the future. You invent that. Okay, so normally it's nice and smooth and round so that you don't choke yourself. So when you cut off the ends, it's actually a cylinder in the middle. So that's why it's this. Um, and then, so when you plug in the numbers and then add it together, you'll get that the volume of this pill is 1.3 centimeter cubed.
How is it a cylinder? If it's like this, you cut off and it's the perfect.
No, but the ends are round.
Yeah, but you cut off the ends because you made a sphere.
But after you cut off the round part, it's still a strip.
No.
Yeah, but think of your pill like this. Here.
Yeah, once you cut off the ends. Like,
Yeah.
like the ends.
Okay, and then page 29. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. If AB equals AC and BC equals 10, calculate the perimeter distance from A to BC. Okay, so oh, by the way, there is this actually leads us into the next chapter. This line right here, other than saying it's perpendicular to BC, there's a special name for this line. What is it called? When this cuts it right down the middle? Yep, Melody? Perpendicular bisector. That's it. Yeah, so it bisects the BC into two equal parts. So that means right here, this is 5, this is 5. So to use Pythagorean theorem, I have to use a right angle triangle. So again, that's why it's half the base. Okay, plugging it in, using Pythagorean theorem, you get the 10.9. Okay. This one, you're looking for the area. So, and this time you're given coordinates. Okay, so coordinates, if you figure out what your rise and run is between these 2 points, those are the dimensions. So this would be 12. This your rise is 5. So base times height divided by 2, and you get 30 unit square. Where did I get 16? Because that's my run. 16 minus 4, you get the 12. Okay, so remember, you're given the 2 coordinates and you have to figure out what your rise and run is. Rise over run. Okay, so your rise is 5, 5. Your run is 12. So there's your base and height. Okay, northeast, southwest question. Never eat salted watermelon. You don't like that acronym? Which one do you guys use? Sour worm. Well, first off, I wouldn't eat any worms in the first place, whether it's sour or sweet. What? But okay, so Grace, would you eat sugar worm or sweet worm? No. Okay, so never eat sweet worms either. Okay, so Daniel, he's riding his bike. He's riding his bike 21-kilometer west. So going this way to the west, and then 18 kilometers north, so up. Okay, how far is he from his starting point? Which means you are drawing a right angle triangle and you're looking for the hypotenuse. So when you plug it in, you get that. Okay, so this page is just simple Pythagorean theorem questions. You have to draw the right angle triangle and know when to add, when to subtract. Okay, last 2 right here with conversion. Yes, don't forget you need to know conversions. So speed limit on the British motorway is 70 miles per hour. But his car only shows kilometers per hour. That's how you get so many speeding tickets in the US. So his odometer reads 120 kilometers per hour. So is he speeding? Well, it doesn't matter which one you convert. You can convert this to the miles or you can convert this to kilometers. Doesn't matter. So let's say I just wanted to convert miles to kilometers. So imperial to metric. The ratio is 0.6214. Where did I get this number from? 0.6214. I give you guys, right? Okay, it's going to be part of the conversions that I give you. So luckily, you don't have to memorize that number. Okay, so to go from imperial to metric, remember you divide. So when you divide that, you get 112.7. That means he's going at 112.7 kilometer per hour. So he is not speeding. Sarah, thank you. Question?
Do you have to know like the imperial, like how much it is 1 kilometer?
The imperial ones I give you. Metric, you have to know. So metric one is the one where you say Khan died doing something. Right. It was King Henry before, but Sarah thinks Khan is easier to remember.
No, Khan doesn't usually. Khan doesn't usually.
No, Khan hates.
Oh, Khan hates doing useful domestic community management.
There you go. I don't know if that's easier to remember, but but there you go, Khan. You're in your kilo. Okay, but it's sad to know that you don't like to do waste management, community management, domestic community management. Yes. Okay. So now John, he can run 100 meters in 15 seconds. Marco can run 120 yards in 16 seconds. Who runs faster? So you can just divide that to get the speed. So distance divided by time, you get the speed. This one, again, we have to convert it to both the same units. So yards to meter, the ratio is 1.0936 given to you. And so you just have to know when you convert from imperial to metric, you divide. So in this case, I divide, I get this, divide that. So Marco can run 6.85 meters per second. So Marco is a little bit faster. Okay. Tomorrow we start chapter 9. Yeah. Okay. So page 30, number 3 right here, a cubic cardboard box has a volume of 10. Oh, what's my mistake here? Yep, cube, right? Okay, volume is cube. So 10 meters cube. How can you determine the dimension of the cube? Okay, so somebody broke something. Okay, here's your cube. I know that the volume formula for a cube is actually here. Let me do B, so that you guys don't mix up the slanted height. So volume equals base cube. Base cube. Okay, so if volume is 10, okay, similar to the question that we just did, what's the opposite of cube? Sarah, what's the opposite of cube? How do I undo the cube? Cube rooted. Right, so cube root 10, and I get 2.15. So 2.15 equals B. And is that my answer then? Melody, is that my final answer? So the base is 2.15 meters. In centimeters. Right, I have to convert it to centimeter. Okay, metric conversions. Am I giving you guys? No, you have to remember. Okay, so King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. I like that one more. It's easier to remember than the domestic management. Okay. What's the conversion between metric and centi? So from meters to centimeters times by, okay, 100. Oh, I didn't hear. Sorry. Okay, so 215 centimeters. Okay. Number 4. Margaret bought new shoes and placed them in a shoebox that is uh, 33 centimeters long, 19 centimeters wide, and 0.1 meters high. Calculate the volume and surface area. Okay, so here's my box. Okay, label the, so 33, does it say which, nope, it doesn't say which one, so I'm going to put 33 centimeters, 19 centimeters for the width. And what is this right here? What is the height? What's the height in this diagram? Kaden. Sorry, I can't hear you. It's not that you're wrong.
Centimeters.
Right. Okay, so again, converting. So meter to centimeters, times it by 100. So that's 10. So this is 10 centimeters. All right. So again, be careful with the units. Volume of prism, length times width times height. Volume, surface area of the rectangular prism, 2 length times width plus width times height plus length times height. Okay, and then I'm just subbing in these numbers into the formula. Okay, you should be able to do it from that part, from there. Okay. Next one. April bought a dog crate for her new puppy. The crate has a volume of 70,000 cubic centimeters. It has a width of 40 and a width of 50. Determine the height. Okay, so what shape is the crate? What shape are we talking about? A crate. Yeah. So a box, right? Okay, so but we don't call it a box. What do we call it? The geometric name? What's the geometric name? Rectangular prism. Well, we'll make it a, well, a crate is the ones with the, like the these, like these ones. So you don't put, we're not putting the dog in a box, but we're putting it in a cage. There. We'll say, we'll call it a cage. It sounds better, right? A little better. Okay. So we're talking about volume, so let's do the volume formula. Okay, 70,000, and then the length is, okay, length and width is 40 and 50, and we're trying to figure out the height. Okay. So 70,000 divided by 2,000. Whoops, 70,000 divided by 2,000, you get the height to be 35 centimeters. Okay, because the height is just one dimensional, it's a length, and so that's why it's centimeter. Okay, don't forget volume, centimeter cube, surface area, centimeter square, just the height itself, centimeter. Okay, last one. This one is the trickier one. Last tricky question. The Great Pyramid has a square base measuring 230 meters on each side. It has a height of 147 meters. Determine this surface area. Okay, so let me try to draw that. Eek. Okay, not bad. Okay. Base is 230. So this is 230, 230. And the height is 147. Okay. Somebody tell me the formula for surface area of a square base pyramid. Yep, take a look at your formula sheet. Square base pyramid. Con. Sorry, not Con. Ethan.
The surface area is b squared plus 2bx.
Right. B squared plus 2bx. Okay, so surface area equals b squared plus 2bs. Okay. So my base, 230. Base, 230. And S, 147. This question looks way too easy to be out of 4 marks. Alright, so sometimes look at the marking scheme. Alright, question like this is probably worth 1 mark or 2 marks max. A question like this seems like I'm just plugging a number. Why is it out of 4 marks? Yeah. Catherine. Yeah, you got it. Why is it out of 4? Why is this question out of 4? Aren't I just plugging in the 230 and 147 in the formula? Right. S stands for slanted height. What am I given? What is the 147? That's not my slanted height. The height. Yes. So am I given the slanted height? No. So whenever I'm not given something, Pythagorean theorem. Right. So I'm looking for the slanted height, which means I'm doing the adding one. All right. I'm looking for so this is what we were talking about at the beginning of class. I'm looking for the slanted height. So I'm doing the adding one. What are my numbers that I'm adding? Okay, so 147 is one of them. What's the other number I'm adding? Don't rush into writing down everything. What do you think is my second number? Misha, what do you think? 230. Ethan, what do you think? Also 230. Con. All right, let me draw the diagram for you guys. So this is the 147. I'm looking for the slanted height, but to make it a right angle triangle, Misha, instead of 230, it's half of it. Because if you just look at this triangle, this face right here, this face is a triangle like this, which is not a right angle triangle. You have to cut it in half. S is the slanted height.
Maybe not put that but an actual variable for it.
Huh?
They usually say SF.
Well, the formula sheet that you are gonna get on EQAON in the final exam is this exact one, and they use S in there. So then C equals the square root of that. 147 times 147 plus 115 times 115. 34834. So C equals square root of that. 186.64. Right, so right here, the number that goes in here is 186.64. Okay, and then when you do this on your calculator, 230 squared plus 2 times 230 times 186.64. I get this as my final answer. Whoops. Point.